Where did happiness go? They say we need to have around 3,000 psychologists or psychiatrists for a population of 30 million. So currently we have around 470 something. So when you don't have the basement to be strong, we're talking about
Welcome to Change Catalyst Mindshift Mastery, where we dive into the world of transforming minds. I'm Dr. Anand, with a keen interest in how our subconscious thoughts shape us. Here, we explore how everyday life and our feelings connect. We'll talk about how to handle emotional challenges and improve mental health. We'll look at why life feels so fast these days and how the world around us affects our minds. Together, we'll learn ways to understand ourselves better and make positive changes. Come and join us on this journey of discovery and growth at Change Catalyst Mindshift Mastery.
Alright, hello everyone. Welcome back to today's discussion. We're going to talk about something interesting. So today's menu is about happiest country. So we're not going to talk about what is the happiest country. We're going to talk about a news article which came out on 10th of March 2024 in NST. So the report says that Malaysia is holding the 5th position in the happiest index country. So we all know, as his introduction, Finland is popularly known for world happiest country in many reports. So apparently I saw in one report 6 times consecutively, 6 times Finland's the best. So they are known for high quality of good life, good education, having a good healthcare system, and a very good concept why Finland has been 6 times in a row is equality for all in all aspects of their life. Apparently in Finland they have 2 million saunas, which is almost more than or nearing to their population. So the sauna culture is very good. Sauna apparently it's their way to release stress and to mix with people. They have achieved it. So we're not going to talk more about Finland, we're not going to talk a lot about other countries, but we're going to talk about how it impacts individual level. My question would be, what is this happiest country index? How do they measure?
Thanks, Doctor. It's exciting. I'm excited to know that also because happiness is something that we are all pursuing. The funny part about happiness is there's a pursuit of happiness. Where did happiness go?
Exactly.
I think it's still there within, but we lost it in the search of something else maybe. So I did some research and all that. So let's talk about happiness study. So happiness study according to Gallup, because they have different kind of way they are measuring happiness. So what Gallup says is that there are basically 6 key variables they look for. So it talks about number 1, income, GDP per capita. So income really plays a role. We spoke about it in our previous podcast. How the currency is dwindling and what's the take on people's mental aptitude and resilience, right? The next one is talking about social support, how they're being supported socially, which is a big thing. Socially, if I'm feeling safe, I'll perform better. If I'm feeling threatened, I'm going to keep it to myself. Me and my family kind of thing. Healthy life expectancy, something we should talk about. This is the blue zone concept. And freedom to make life's choices. Without a gun pointing to the head, you can choose certain things. Generosity and freedom from corruption, which is something is
part of the
very
index.
Exactly. These are the 6 key areas Gallup looks at. You said Finland has been number 1 for the past 6 years. 2023. I don't know 2024 yet, but I'm super happy that Malaysia is the 5th happiest country, and I'm so proud of it. I'm all for it.
So let me ask you this question. So if a person stays in a country which is one of the top 5 or top 3 of this in this index of happiest country, and comparing to another person who's living on the opposite side of the scale, what are the difference?
I think again that we go back to this same framework by looking at the key variables itself. It should be able to answer to looking at both the polarities. If a country is having good income, it has a good social support, Psychologically, you have enough psychiatrists, psychologists, counselors. The schools are well taken care. Education system is good. Healthy life expectancy, where the proper subsidies are given in a proper way, where healthy food are being subsidized and non-healthy food you have to pay premium. Then you're actually doing a choice architecture to get people to get what they want, which is a very important thing.
I think what I know is based on the Finland model, a person staying, assuming it's Finland, the mental health awareness is super high. So they focus the policy, the government policy, the healthcare system pays strong attention to mental health awareness. So everyone is aware of mental health. So when everyone is aware of mental health, they talk about techniques and coping strategies for problems. So openly they discuss about it. So I think a person who lives in that country well versed in mental health awareness. Not only that, adequate access to mental health or even general healthcare itself. So it's about survival. So when someone is on a survival mode, of course happiness is taken a seat back. So I think a person lives in these two polarities, then they experience different things.
Absolutely.
So this brings me to what are the societal or cultural factors that can contribute to better mental health?
Absolutely. They are like, come back to our country. We need to look at how is the support. When someone is having, since we're talking about mental health and all that stuff, obviously if someone is resilient, they tend to cope up with whatever that's coming. Happy country or not happy country, they'll know that they'll be able to be okay. They'll find happiness even when the flower blooms compared to only when I have my millions. So the resilience part. So that's where I think people, all of us need to find ways to upskill ourselves. There are a lot of stuffs out there. Plus the policies. I think Malaysia is now slowly but surely talking about mental health. Because wherever we go, when we talk about it with the initiative that we're doing also, people tend to talk about mental health without having so much of stigma compared to last time. I think that's a good sign. Just that the numbers, when we look at the numbers, the trained people to handle this, the numbers are quite low. So I'll try to fill up the number while we're having this conversation. I know there was a statistic done in February 2022, I guess. We can put the link later. They say we need to have around 3,000 psychologists or psychiatrists for a population of 30 million. So currently we have around 470 something trained personnel. When it comes to counselors, we have around 9,000 plus counselors. And out of the 9,000 plus counselors, approximately 4% are hired in MOH, and the rest of them are in contractual work or in schools and doing whatever they need to do. So when you don't have the basement to be strong, when someone needs help, where do they go to? So the person that they're actually going to have a conversation, are they going to give the right kind of support? So the societal part of it is very important for people to be actively talking about. And one more thing I'm seeing is that you spoke about US, you spoke about Finland. So my question to you, Doctor, where does being inclusive and exclusive comes in this? Because if we are in a part of a very exclusive kind of things, I'm from this sect, you're from that sect, so we can't get along. Okay, you don't deserve certain things, I get only this much if you're coming from there. So that is definitely talking about being exclusive. Being inclusive is how you can bring everybody together, and for a greater future we are working on it. So what is your take on that, Doctor? And how does it affect deep inside?
It boils down to inequality. So one group or the sect will say it's not fair or it's not equal. So the other group will say it's not fair or equal, it's my rights. So it's a very sticky situation. So it's a societal stigma or even societal perception on that inequality or inequality. It's a barrier towards happiness if based on these indexes.
Yep.
I also believe that a proper work-life balance can contribute to happiness in a society. But work-life balance is a very nice word. Everyone talks about work-life balance, but it's not easily implemented. In order to have a work-life balance, the corporate sector, the government sector, the policies needs to be in tune to work-life balance. They should actually spell it out. People do talk about it, corporates do talk about it, but they don't practice it, I don't believe. So in Finland, what I read was apparently the work-life balance is so good that a young family with a small baby or whatever age, they have certain working hours. You can stay at home and work from home, or you can take certain amount of leave because they emphasize on the importance of having a stable family. So in other words, everything starts from home. So they have a very good work-life balance principle. In the past, people say, you have something is you just share among your family members, someone close to you, and it's a stigma, taboo.
Yep.
Now people are coming out, yes, slowly, but I think these are the factors that plays a role to shape the individual. But even another is cultural norm, just like what you said now. If one particular culture says this is my sect, another culture says this is my sect. So if they have adopted a cultural system which is promoting inequality, then that is a barrier. But to break the barrier, it's like I said, it's not very difficult. So if a cultural norm, if the community itself emphasizes on work-life balance or emphasizes on emotional, being expressive emotionally, or prioritize mental health itself, then it makes a lot of difference. For example, like our culture here,